ESPN NBA insider Brian Windhorst reveals a potential trade that Cavs fans should look out for that really changes the approach to this offseason. More of who could be traded, what can be traded at this year's NBA draft here at Cavs Digest. I appreciate you guys all for joining me. I'm Matt Palangi, of course, and I'm really happy to just say about how fast this channel is growing, and I appreciate each and every one of you, all the comments, all the support, all the advice. I read it all. It's not, sometimes we share opinions that you guys don't like, and I read every single one of them. Me and Billy notice them all. It's not just us, spewing whatever. It's always us trying to continue to build a community and see what we as Cavs fans will want to see, and that's what we're here to talk about today. So, another thing, go ahead to the subscribe button before we get started, because it's really hard to keep up with everything that happens on this channel, like just in the Cavs offseason at all. And if you subscribe, you're not going to miss a thing, especially with this new report that came out, I believe this morning, as the time I'm recording this, that the Cavs could be seeking a potential trade more. We talked about Dean Wade, Isaac Okoro trades. I'm going to continue talking about them here today, but there's also more that Brian Windhorst talked about. So let's talk about it here. At the NBA draft, of course, coming up soon, as the NBA finals are about to end soon, with the Thunder up to 3-2. And it just comes down to what the Cavs can do with the NBA draft. But today, it's not just about trading players at the draft. It's actually their picks. They have 2 second-round picks. I believe it's 48th pick and the 49th and the 58th pick, something like that around there. And those picks could be used as potential packages that Brian Windhorst mentioned. So I'm going to share that with you guys right here.
They have the 49 and 58 pick in this draft. It wouldn't surprise the Cavs moved around in the second round. Either tried to package it to move up, traded out altogether if there's not a player they like, put those 2 picks together with somebody on their roster, get off of salary or to do something else. I'd be surprised if they draft 49 and 58 and say that's exactly how it was planned. I would expect the Cavs to do something. There'll be something for you to talk about. I don't know if we'll talk very long, but I would expect something to happen with those picks.
There we go. Shameless plug at the end. No. Anyways, here we go. Talking about the picks themselves. These picks themselves could be used to be paired with potential players. I'm going to first by starting talking about the 2 biggest players that these picks could be paired with, and kind of the approach. So it's the approach is that these could be used, either try to package those picks to move up or trade out altogether, using those picks basically to acquire a player paired with 2 guys I'm going to mention. Said Windhorst, put those picks together with someone on their roster to either get off of salary or do something else. I'd be surprised if they kept 49 and 58. Boom. So these, as he said, you can either use these picks to trade up if you want somebody in the first round. If someone really intrigues you, if someone early in the second round intrigues you, hopefully it's the right guy, of course. I've talked a lot about guys that they've met with, guys that are good, that they are intrigued by in the second round. I've talked a good amount. There's a couple of videos on the page about that. But also, just the overall approach to trying to even just, instead of trading up for a player, but just get rid of the draft picks altogether and get somebody who is solidified and can be a role player on the bench. So the first thing is these 2 guys right here. These guys could be paired in a package with the picks that could result in a trade. Specifically, Isaac Okoro, which as right now it seems like they are interested in talking to teams about Isaac Okoro, but they're struggling to find the team that's ready to pull the trigger and a team that's willing to accept Okoro's contract and his lack of play. But of course, he's still a very young guy who's an elite defender and does have offensive upside due to just pure athletic ability and shooting ability. But unfortunately, his ability to create a shot just hasn't been there. So you can pair this guy specifically with some draft picks, and there's a part of the report that I'm going to share. I lean more towards moving up in the draft. Attaching picks to get off of Okoro doesn't feel worth it. In my opinion, Okoro might not be a rotational player. This is from, I believe, We Are Cavs Nation or something like that. I don't remember the exact thing. I should have put it in there and I forgot to. But he's not a negative asset. The 24-year-old is still a skilled enough defender and athlete to eat minutes throughout 82 games. Getting through the regular season is half the battle. Okoro helps you accomplish this. Whatever they decide to do, it sounds like the Cavs will be moving their picks before draft day. Stay alert. Boom. A lot going on with the Cavs, of course, but specifically focusing on Isaac Okoro here, what they can get for him. So there's one big trade piece that I'm going to show. I hinted at him, but I'm going to show saying that this should be the biggest guy to trade for, other than Valanciunas. We've talked about a lot on this channel. There's another guy that I would love for them to get if he is available. Of course, it's with an Eastern Conference rival, so it is kind of unlikely. But due to the Boston Celtics kind of free agent where they are in their current position, and the Mavericks have actually offered Drew Holiday or are seeking to get Drew Holiday. I feel like the Cavs should hop on this wagon because I actually said to my friends for 2 years now that this would be the dream point guard for the Cavs. We're talking about an elite hustler, an elite defender, and a guy that can stretch the floor and play make. This is the perfect starting point guard on a championship team. We saw it last year. We've seen it with Milwaukee in the past. This guy is an absolute monster. He's a great rebounder for his size. He's a phenomenal defender, and he can shoot the ball well. This is the dream point guard that the Cavs should hop on, and if they can manage to trade a young Isaac Okoro or Dean Wade or whatever they have to do, and both of their draft picks to the Boston Celtics for Drew Holiday, I would do it in a heartbeat. Now, do I think it's going to happen? No, I do not. But if they could, they should. There's also another free agent, Andre Drummond, who of course we talked about, but you do not have to trade for him. Same with Miles Turner. You do not have to trade for him. If the Pacers do not like what Miles Turner brings them, I'm sure he's going to stay a Pacer after what he did to the Cavs. But if he does not, this should be the biggest trade target as well. But let's go back to the trade itself and kind of continue to talk about the draft picks, as I just wanted to mention 2 or 3 guys that could improve the Cavs this offseason. So these are also guys that you need to stay on alert for. As right now it does seem like the Cavs will ride with their core 4, and that kind of just will be what it is. But if you can get Darius Garland and both of your second-round draft picks for somebody, I would do it. Especially for a guy like Drew Holiday. If the Celtics offer me Drew Holiday for Darius Garland and the 2 first-round picks, yes, I understand Darius Garland isn't all-star, Drew Holiday isn't, but Drew Holiday's an absolute beast. Like, this guy fits way better in Cleveland than Darius Garland does, unfortunately. Maybe. It's hard to say if I would trade that much, actually, for Drew Holiday, but Drew Holiday should be a guy that you should be looking for. He's the dream point guard for the Cavs for me, personally. Jarrett Allen could be paired with something. I'd prefer to get a backup center to help with Jarrett Allen, like Turner or Drummond, but right now, it seems like these draft picks are going to be used elsewhere. Could be used on a guy like Drew Holiday, or could be used to even get a higher pick. We talked about how there was a mock trade for Mr. Cooper Flagg. That's just not going to happen. Let's be real. The Cavs are not going to get Cooper Flagg. Would I do it though? If Donovan Mitchell's in the trade, absolutely not. But there's a chance that the Cavs could trade up into the first round using both their second-round picks and a player. But we know the history with Koby, Altman, and draft picks. It doesn't seem like it has been great. So I feel like the Cavs should use their 2 second-round picks to either draft 2 players that are veterans, like 24-year-olds, like a center that could be there. Or if you can use those guys paired with Isaac Okoro specifically, if you could use those 2 picks and paired with Isaac, then I would love to see what the draft pick could be. This is something that really, really seems like it's going to be official. Like, it does seem like the Cavs are going to trade in some sense on the draft day. It just depends on what they're going to do exactly with it. Do they go to a player, or do they just trade up in the draft to draft somebody? That's my biggest thing. But I think because of Isaac Okoro being in trade talks, but they have no idea they can't find a team that's willing to make the trade, I think you should pair him with 2 draft picks and don't get too greedy with it. Don't lose the picks for somebody who isn't that worth it. Try to get a guy that can play starter-like minutes and take starter role, but be a backup while you lose Isaac Okoro in the 2 picks, because those 2 picks could be valuable to get a veteran college player that is almost NBA ready. I still believe totally that these 2 are going to remain Cavs. I know we've heard a lot of controversy around Garland, but it's step by step here, and I think Okoro, his contract, which was kind of mentioned in here, try to get off of salary or do something else. I think that's the biggest thing about Isaac Okoro is his money. Obviously, Garland could be argued as overpaid as well, but I think, as I said, it's step by step, and you have to go player by player. I think Okoro is the biggest issue here. So if you can pair the draft picks with Isaac, I think you could really get something good out of it. So let me know what you guys think. Are there any players that are on your guys' radar for trading Okoro in the picks with? Or what do you guys think they should do with these draft picks? Should they just blow them away, since you've seen Luke Travers, Amani Bates, and Jalen Tyson really aren't getting the playing time that they might even deserve, if you guys think so. So let me know what you guys think, of course, and hit that subscribe button. Share this video with your friends to inform them on all the Cavs. Share with all the Cavs fans. Even if they're not Cavs fans, they want to learn more about what's going on with the Cavs. Go ahead and share that along. Comment, like, and as always, thank you guys for joining me.